Remember what we did yesterday? While we were reading and before we started reading, we had decided that asking question is the best strategy, right? And every time we read, before reading, while reading, after reading, our head is full of questions. So what we did is we took help from those questions. You shared your questions on the board and together we answered those questions. We clarified things that were not understood, right? So what I want you to do today is I want you to write the summary for your reading. And I know everybody gets anxious when you are asked to write something. I just want to take away your anxiety and I want you to help for that. So it would be a very easy job. Let's see how can we do that. Remember yesterday we prepared this chart while we were reading the story. You ask question before reading, during reading, after reading, and we clarified things together. We came up for the answers for those questions, and you have this table, this chart with you, right? Where you wrote the answers for those questions that popped up in your head while reading, before reading, or after reading, right? So you have your notes with you, and this is the section that is empty right now. I want you to fill it out. You have to recap. You have to summarize the story now. Let's see how to do it. Here's the guideline for the summary. What I want you to do is, remember yesterday first we read and then in the end of the class I gave you another 5 minutes to reread, right? So that helped you better understand the story. Everybody should take notes. You took notes. Whatever question popped in your head, you got answers for them and you just cancelled your question and wrote your answers there, remember? Today what you have to do is taking help from your notes, make an outline for the summary, just make a rough draft, and the important thing you have to do for the summary is you have to use your own language, right? Please don't copy anything from the book, and then you have to edit it. That would be the post-writing stage. First you just make a rough draft, we'll review it, and then in the end you can edit and you can improvise your work. Before we proceed, I want to clarify that what are the qualities of a good summary. Always remember, summary does not have to be very long. It does not have to be long. It shouldn't lack any information, any important information that is important, that is critical to the story. So the first point is clarity. You have to pretend whatever you are writing, your audience does not know what the story is. He, she hasn't read the original text, and you are giving the story in your words, right? So make it very clear and simple. The next thing is paraphrase. Whatever you remember from the story from your book, and let's say you want to use as is, please don't do that. You have to put it in your own words. Then it has to be concise and brief. It does not have to be long. Don't miss out any important information, but on the other hand, please don't try to include any unnecessary details. No specifications, no opinion, no reactions. Whatever the purpose of the writer is, you have to convey that. You don't try to add your own reaction or opinions, right? And just be objective and be specific. Keep exact meaning, right? Don't try to change the meaning, and then no plagiarism. Don't try to copy and paste anything from the book. So, what is the structure for the summary paragraph? It's we have already done it and I'm going to review it with you one more time. Like every paragraph, there is a topic sentence. In summary, the topic sentence is very important. In this sentence, you can write about the author, the title, and maybe you can mention the period when this story happened and all that kind of important information, right? And then you have to give supporting details, means like you have to add other information, add other details regarding the story that can help build a good story. And then you have to have a concluding sentence, and this concluding sentence is very important. In most cases it has to be from the author, whatever the way he concludes it, you have to refer to that. And then you have to use reporting verbs, and you have to use transitional words and phrases. And the most important thing is, do not lack important information, like don't miss out anything that is really critical to the story, that helps the reader to understand the story. But on the other hand, again, don't add any extra or unnecessary or minor details. So what you are going to do today is you are going to use PowerPoint. I want you to make a rough draft, and then we'll review it. After reviewing, for your final presentation, you can use PowerPoint and submit it, and together we'll review it again and I'll provide you with the feedback. Okay, that's it for now. Happy writing, good luck with your work. Thank you so much.